If you're tuning in right now, you happen to be watching the world's truest source for hip-hop news, black culture, sports, and of course the best reaction videos on the net. I'm talking about Kofi's Universe. If you haven't already subscribed, it's your chance to hit that button now before I hit this blunt. Bada.
YouTube, salute. Lord Jamar reacts to Math Hoffa calling Star last night and saying black people and Puerto Ricans were always cool in New York. And he also responds to Fat Joe when Fat Joe said that he was the wackest out of the Brand Nubian group. If you're new to my channel, thumbs up the video, hit that sub button, click that bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. Let's listen to this, y'all, and I'm going to give you my full breakdown. Let's go.
Star's a platform and talk about I don't understand what's the point of all the division and all this type of shit. If you're not from New York, you wouldn't understand that blacks and Puerto Ricans grew up together. Let's keep it a buck, man. Let's stop the bullshit. Some of us grew up together. Some of us got along and some of us didn't. You know goddamn well there was the Puerto Ricans that fuck with hip-hop, and then there was the Puerto Ricans that only went to salsa and merengue clubs and ain't fuck with black people at all. There was the Jamaicans that fucked with hip-hop and all that type of shit, and then there was some Jamaicans that only went to fucking Jamaican clubs and didn't really fuck with Yankee boys, them like that. Okay? Like, let's fucking keep it real. Let's talk about Rikers Island. If we're so together, then why is there a black phone and a Puerto Rican phone? Why is it that certain people that you might be cool with on the street, if they was Puerto Ricans, y'all can't even talk to each other on the island? There's been Puerto Rican power rule god bodies that had to basically fall victim and renounce being God once they went to jail, because it was like that. Why do you think gangs like sex, money, murder, and all this type of shit were even instituted in the first place? To protect themselves from the Puerto Ricans on the island and shit like that in jail. Yeah, that's where it came from. So let's stop this bullshit and stop acting like we had this harmonious relationship. Yes, some of us did, but this wasn't across the board. Okay? Wasn't across the board. The ones that fucked with us were rebels. They were pioneers. They were going against what their parents and their older siblings were telling them to do. Stop fucking with those morenos. Stop fucking with those cocolos. What are you doing? You're acting black. Stop it. Stop it, Hector. What are you doing? Fucking stop it. Why are you wearing your fucking pants like that? You look like one of those fucking morenos. Ay, Dios mío. Come on, man. Think I didn't hear it? And so I don't like when people try to move the goalposts. When Math went up there trying to move the goalposts and talking about if I was to come on his show, I don't want to go on the show. If I was to come on his show, he might get some pushback and all. I might get some pushback. So I'm always getting pushback. I'm ready for pushback at all times because I have the intelligence to have the rebuttal. See, these people that don't have a certain intelligence, that's why they try to come with this verbal thuggery. You know, like you gonna thug somebody out. Like, come on, man. Knock it off. I'm not easily intimidated. The Gunsta lifestyle. He says, salute, Lord. When we talk the greatest in hip-hop, Brand Nubian is in the conversation as one of the greatest groups. Top 20, if not Top 10. Fat Joe, you're not in any conversation as any of the greatest MCs. Exactly. And you know why I want to, first of all, thank you so much. I appreciate that. But you know why he could never be? Because when you don't write your own rhymes, how dare you try to critique somebody that does? And see, again, he tried to open up this narrative that I was somehow the wackest. First of all, what does that mean? Wackest? So that means whack, whacker, and wackest? Are you saying that the whole Brand Nubian was whack? What does that mean, wackest? And to try to put that narrative out there again, and now to have it flip on you, everybody's like, wait a minute, you were the wackest in DITC. You were the wackest in Terror Squad. Like, for it to backfire on you like that is crazy work.
All right, if you want to check out the full, I ain't gonna say interview, but the episode, go to Lord Jamar's podcast. I think it's called, let me see, The God Body. I have it right here, y'all, because I follow him. He changed the name. Whatever. Let me look at my subscriptions real quick. Let me see. I think it's like, the God Pod. The God Pod with Lord Jamar. That's the name of it. But as far as like blacks and Puerto Ricans, I can't speak too much on blacks and Puerto Ricans in New York. I can speak on blacks and Mexicans in LA. Like there were times I did get along with like the Mexicans because we grew up in the same neighborhood and stuff, like Inglewood, South Central, Compton, Long Beach and stuff. There were Mexicans that we did get along. We shared clothes, like we ate together. So I'm not gonna lie and say he's lying. No, he's telling the truth. That is true on some occasions. But there was times Mexicans hated black people. Literally, like you would get killed by Mexicans. Even when you go to the county jail, they are separated. All the Mexican games are linked up. The black games are fighting each other and somewhat trying to link up so they can go against the Mexicans. Because usually it's like, if there's like a race war, it might be like 5 to 6 Latinos versus one black. That's how crazy that shit will be in the county jail. I can't speak for the pen, but I would believe that. As far as I heard some stories too also out there in New York from my cousins. And as far as Fat Joe, dude, I've heard stories that he don't write his own rhymes. He wasn't better than Big Pun. He wasn't better than Lord Finesse. He wasn't better than Big L, even though Big L came later. He wasn't better than OC. So Fat Joe, you shut the hell up. The Fat Joe back in the day, yeah, those albums was tight as hell. It's like the early 90s, mid 90s. I'm not going to lie. But that stuff that came out in the 2000s and beyond, garbage, pale shit. Post your comments below. Hulk smash Black Panther, the like button, subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. You want to support, donate to the channel? I have Patreon, patreon.com/KofiUniverse. Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, Streamlabs. Everything's in the description. Until next time, salute.